To me, racism means people passing judgment on other people because of skin color or ethnicity or whatever reason they might be pigeonholed into being part of one group and not part of another group, and just having preconceived notions and stereotypes that they think apply to everyone in that niche. I grew up in a very multicultural neighborhood. I grew up in Fairhaven, which is in Saskatoon. It's a West Side neighborhood, and I didn't realize it, but when I was growing up, I was surrounded by First Nations kids, Asian kids, Filipino kids. My first girlfriend was a Filipino girl named Jenilyn Santos, and I realized that I grew up in a pretty multicultural environment and didn't see racism that much at a young age, or not in strong ways. But the first time that I had a very unique experience with racism, and this is the most unique experience probably in my life, is when I was about 23 years old. I went to the Bahamas to visit my brother, and we were invited to go to into, I guess they referred to it as the ghetto, and which was a neighborhood in the Bahamas where one group of Bahamians were practicing for a cultural festival called Junkanoo, and we got to go to a practice that they were having. And so, if you can imagine it, it was like a Tuesday night at about 8 o'clock, pitch black, and we went into this neighborhood, and I realized that there was my brother and myself and two other white guys, basically standing in the middle of a crowd of about, it had to be 5,000 black Bahamians, and that was the first time in my life that I had ever been able to be in a position where I was the highly visible minority in an environment. And it was kind of funny because all the Bahamian ladies were saying, "Come here, white boy, why don't you come on over here," and playing with us. But that was the first time in my life that I actually felt was able to feel the emotions of being a visible minority, and it opened my eyes unbelievably to, I think, how some other visible minorities might feel in Saskatoon and understand what they experience when they come here from Africa or whatever. So that was probably the most eye-opening experience that I've had, that has helped me to understand maybe where some visible minorities might fit in Saskatoon, and how it's our job to, have welcome them, make them part of the functioning city. So I'm the bridge to ending racism in Saskatoon by opening my doors and by and initiating conversations, and most importantly by building friendships with people of all ethnicities, all socioeconomic walks of life, and from all different backgrounds. Because the way that I look at the world, I say it's just people, and people all deserve dignity and deserve respect. And I've found that some of the most interesting conversations I've had with people are coming from individuals that one could very easily pass judgment on by just seeing them as they drive down the street. So yeah, I'm the bridge.